joined by more friends from the media who are attending this press conference virtually. So I'll let the Russos and Dhanush say hello to them, and then we'll kick off things.
Yep. Thanks for joining us virtually and here in person. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. We just want to thank India, as always, for being such an incredible host. This is our third visit here, and it's always an amazing experience every time we come.
Lovely. You had a wonderful premiere last night?
Yes, went to the premiere last night. Indian fans are so passionate about storytelling and about movies. It's so refreshing to be here and to feel that energy. And this man here has so many passionate fans that we've never seen anything quite like it.
He's a national treasure.
Yes, he is.
I agree.
Before you met for The Grey Man, between the Russos and Dhanush, were you familiar with Dhanush's work? And Dhanush, were you familiar with theirs?
Of course, everybody knows them.
Yeah, and we actually became familiar with Dhanush's work as we were sort of developing The Grey Man. We do a lot of research in terms of what we can do with the action, what we're aspiring to do, and we have a wonderful creative team and a stunt performing team that we work with as we develop those ideas. And many people on that team would start to show us videos of Dhanush over time, and sort of as examples of really, really fascinating action and cool ideas to do. And as Joe and I kept watching Dhanush in these clips, we started thinking, well, why are we just looking at him as a reference? Why don't we actually ask him if he wants to be in the movie? And to our great surprise and pleasure, he did. So we had a fantastic experience with him.
Of course, Infinity War. I mean, it was, and if you have kids at home, you will know the Russos, right?
Of course.
So my kids are big fans. We've all gone to the theaters and watched such, the true meaning of larger than life experience, and it's amazing to have had an opportunity to, work with them. It's great.
The need to impress the kids aside, what sold you on doing this film?
I mean, I've told this before. It's the name. It's the Russos. It's the brand Russos, and the character when they describe me, Avik's son, and it's a very easy yes, right? It's a very no-brainer. You just have to use this opportunity that was gifted to you and then make the most of it.
Sure. What was it specifically about this story? You explained the challenge and the opportunity about sort of now working in a universe where there are rules and a new set of rules, if you like. What was it specifically about Mark Greaney's book that appealed to you? And also, didn't it take about 9 years to develop?
Yeah, we first read the book while we were working on Captain America: Winter Soldier. We were looking at it as a potential follow-up to that movie. We didn't know we were going to make 3 more Marvel films, so it took a little while for us to get back to The Grey Man. We loved the book because it was so energetic, it was fun, it was very modern. We loved the lead character. We liked this idea of, the world's assassins, hunting him down. Again, it gives you an excuse for sort of a global cast. It just screamed to be converted to a movie from the page. So we were, we also liked that it felt very modern. It had very modern thematics in it. At the end of the day, it's a parable about 2 characters Ryan Gosling's character and Chris Evans' character, that are different sides of the same coin. And one leans towards humanity and one leans away from humanity. And it seems to be a very common theme that we're all struggling with around the world right now. Do we lean towards community and humanity, or do we lean away from it and towards individualism and self-preservation?
I think Karishma addressed this question, but Chris Evans' character, I think it was something else, because Chris Evans in white tight pants and a mustache, and him talking about sexy Tamil friend, and referring to Ryan Gosling as cute, cupcake, pumpkin. I think you guys had absolute fun making that character, isn't it?
I will also say the thing with Netflix that we really appreciate is their global reach and their global sort of approach to audience building. It was very important for Joe and I to come here to India, and they were very supportive of that, and they have an amazing operation here in India. So we're very grateful to be able to collaborate with them here.
Dhanush, your character in The Grey Man, the lone wolf, is this mysterious sort of figure who comes in from the cold. There's not a lot that we know about him, except that he's very good at his job. Was there a backstory that you worked on? Was there some sort of blueprint, for you to understand and to get into his head?
Yes, the Russos gave me a kind of backstory about what he can be, where he can be from, how he could be. So that was very helpful. And I remember telling him that this itself is a story. This itself is a film. We have a film there. So it was very interesting. I'm not going to tell you
share
that because
Well, we gave you the backstory. We gave him was that he's sexy, and he's from Tamil. So
No, but I would say that's part of the fun is that, we all, the three of us may have done more work on the character than you can sort of know in the film.
Sure.
But we hope that we get to tell more story with this character, and we like to keep our options open in terms of where we can go with the character.
And therefore not give away too much too soon. Sure. Dhanush, did it feel close to any character that you've played already? Because, as you know, he's a veteran who's made several movies. Did the Lone Wolf feel similar to anything that you've done before?
no.
Interesting.
Definitely not. It was that's one of the many things that really excited me about this. I've never done anything like this before. The stunt training the character required was absolutely justified to play one of the top assassins from the world, and so it was a very new thing for me to do, a new territory to explore, and that was really exciting.
So I want to know how do you respond to that. And my next question is to both of you, and you also mentioned that you'll perhaps talk to both of you actually.
a lot of work.
Many months. I mean, that sequence, that sequence is so large. The energy it takes on as we develop it, it almost feels like it's its own movie as we're prepping it within the movie. But yeah, we spend a long time, again, like we were describing earlier with when we were started really looking at Dhanush's work, we spent a lot of time researching and thinking about where we can take the movie, what we can do, how we can explore the characters that we're thinking about, and that sort of creative phase kind of eventually starts to turn into exploring it through storyboarding, or sometimes we'll animate certain sequences of the film just to feel out how they're playing. We'll also get together with our stunt team and we'll stage certain sections of the action that we're thinking about, like in a gym, and we'll shoot it and we'll edit it together. So it's almost a process of us making the movie before we make the movie, because action is so hard to shoot and hard to execute. When you get there on set, the crew is massive. Sometimes you're using a location that includes like a major city square in a big busy city. You're asking for trams and all kinds of things. So you have to be highly organized by the time you get there. So we go through an exhaustive process of knowing how the sequence can work best and what the sequence should be before we get there.
How many days did it take to shoot? Is it true that you shut off the city square for a week?
We were that sequence from start to finish was 6 weeks, and a lot of revising, very intense work. The hospital scene, I think we probably shot that for a month. The fight in the hospital room and the sequence outside, because we kept revising that as well.
But a fight scene is is really like a dance, if you like. I mean, it's like you said, entirely choreographed, but also, it looks great if your dancing partner is just as skilled. And what was Ryan Gosling like? What was Ana de Armas like to shoot with?
They both were really good. They both trained as hard, if not harder. They really gave it all, meticulous preparation, meticulous training, and they were so good. Anna was really fast, really quick, and I still remember the first day I had to do a kick, and I had to raise my leg, and it would come to a point, and they were stretching my leg to make it easy for me, and then Anna just comes in boom, goes like this. And I was like, what? She was so good. And Ryan was so into his character. He'll try to make the stunt choreography suit his character and take it in and make it the gray man.
Right.
It's amazing. I learned so much from both these wonderful actors, and it was a great experience.
Speaking of laugh, I was surprised by just how funny it is, and how it can be. Just the throwaway sort of lines are sort of nicely tucked in. You of course wrote and produced Extraction, which a bulk of which was shot in India, and with some very fine Indian actors in it. Do you see yourself working more in India, whether shooting in India, but also perhaps working with more Indian actors?
Absolutely. We love it here. We love the vibrant film community here. There's so much talent in India. The fan base is so passionate. We'd love to find as many projects as possible with Indian talent, producers, directors, actors. It's exciting to us.
We look forward. Dhanush, I have to end my bit by asking you, at the Los Angeles premiere, your boys were with you, your two sons were with you. What was that like? What did they think of the film? Did it make you the coolest dad in the world for that weekend? Who were they most excited to see?
I'm the coolest dad in the world all weekends.
Okay.
He's the coolest guy in the world.
They loved the film. They were very excited. And they were really chill. I mean, they were so cool, and it really surprised me because I was so nervous. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera, but I'm very uncomfortable doing everything else. So, like this, or red carpets, or I have stage fright, and I was thinking oh, everything should go well. And these guys were cool, playing some games on their phones. They were so chill, so cool. They loved the whole experience, and it meant the world to me that they were there. There is a first for everything, and this was my first. This is Hollywood as big as it can get, and This is my first time walking the red carpet there, and it meant the world to me that my sons were next to me and they were there. The love and support from all around was very overwhelming. I was very touched and humbled, and I was very happy to see it was very, very well received, and I read so many nice things about our big son. It is everything that an actor could ask for, unconditional love and support from the audience, and a good critical acclaim. So it's amazing to be a part of this entire journey.
One was Avengers movies, okay? Everything is about no collateral damage. You cannot harm an innocent soul. Was it liberating for you guys to kind of let go of that and just go all the way? Let's just destroy as much as possible, because now that we do not have those restrictions. And answer this, and then I'll ask you the next question as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, look, you always want to make sure that the storytelling is very thorough, right? So you want to think about not just your lead characters, but everybody in a movie. So I think on one level, when we were making the Marvel movies, we actually appreciated the approach to collateral damage. There's something, it keeps you sort of balanced, it keeps you grounded in some sort of respect for not just your lead characters, but any element of the storytelling, which is good. But yes, this is a little more of the movie is a little bit more of maybe mature sensibilities, The Gray Man, than the Marvel movies. Maybe more adults.
Chris Evans' character, I think it was something else, because Chris Evans in white tight pants and a mustache, and him talking about sexy Tamil friend and referring to Ryan Gosling as cute, cupcake, pumpkin. I think you guys had absolute fun making that character, isn't it?
We did, and I think Chris had a lot of fun with it. I mean, he's supposed to be this flamboyant sociopath who is the opposite of the gray man. He likes to he likes to draw attention to himself when he walks into a room. He's a chaos maker. He doesn't like to think things through. He operates on instinct. He's very violent, and he doesn't care who's standing in his way. And I think that's what Dhanush's character realizes near the end of the film, is that he's gotten he's working for a complete madman, and especially when he starts talking about killing a small girl. The character is meant to be reminiscent of some extremist philosophies that are populating the world today. The haircut, the mustache, there's a bit of toxic masculinity in the character, and Chris, really understood the assignment, and really wanted to embrace this idea of playing this really mean-spirited asshole.
Great to work with Ryan again. He's a fantastic human being. He's very kind, very sweet, very welcoming, and he kind of made me feel very, very comfortable on sets. And it'll be really, really great to work with him, regardless whether we're fighting or not fighting with each other. But it'll be great to work with him again.
Thank you.
Maybe a road movie where they have to travel across India. I'm just coming up with it. I don't have the plot yet, but
I think Netflix should just
articles as South Indian actor, rather you should be referred as an Indian actor. Was it necessary for your character to be referred as a sexy Tamil friend or a Tamil friend, getting into it, and because it had a name like Avik Sen or Lone Wolf? So
it's not absolutely necessary, but there's nothing wrong in it. There is it's like more details. The more the details, the better. Joe Russo told me, the more the flavor, the better. So we were just trying to add a little more flavor, and I don't think there's any harm in saying he's a Tamil guy from India. So it's absolutely fine. But yes, I do. I have some what to say. I'm not. I would appreciate if they collectively call us as Indian actors rather than South actors, North actors. The world has shrunk, and the borders the lines are they're fading, and this is the time to come together and make this one big industry. I mean, it is a huge industry, and it'll be really great if we function together and make movies for everybody, not just South audience or North audience. It is not regional film, it's a national film, not regional films. Every film is a national film. People watch South films, we watch North film, every film is for everybody. Especially with the digital platforms, now everybody has easy access to watch everybody's work. Talents are easily seen. People can, this is a great time to be an actor as well. If you do a good job, if you do your job right, you are noticed by everybody. So it's just great. It just doesn't make sense even now at these times to mention me or anybody as South actor. We're just actors from India, Indian actors.
Thank you. I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I was doing this the whole time, but Amir Khan was very gracious to host us for dinner last night, and when we were leaving, he gave me what was it called? How do I say? Pan. So I have beetle leaf stuck in my teeth.
Something to take back with you.
Yeah, it's still stuck in there.